Hey everybody, Sportimus here, aka Andrew, and I am back. About dang time, I say, about dang time. Yeah, I'm sorry I've been gone so long, but hey, I'm here. The Sportimus show is back, and it's going to be stronger than ever because, hey man, I love doing this stuff. Now, the reason why I've been gone for a while is because I got a brand new job, been working a lot of hours every day, and I just did not have the energy to do anything else, unfortunately. I had extensive training to go through. I had to start a whole new thing, learn all new things, and it just killed me. But that's in the past now. That all started in July, and starting October 1st, I will be working a pretty bad shift from 5 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., which is not my ideal time to work or even be awake before 6 a.m. I have to be awake at 3 so I can be at work at 5, but I'm not looking forward to that at all. But the good news is, what I'm hoping is now that I'll be starting at an earlier time and finishing an earlier time, I will have more time during the day. In a weird way, this is the way it works out, to do other things, namely video reviews. So I am really looking forward to doing this. I'm really excited. I missed you guys a whole lot. I haven't ignored anyone or anything. It's just stuff happens. And I think I finally got to break a little bit in my scheduling, finally at long last, to do some of the things that I want to do. So I'm going to kick it off with this brand new addition to the Sportimus show, and I'm really, really excited about this. And to kick things off, let's play a little bit of catch up here. I have not bought a whole lot of Age of Extinction Transformers toys. And the reasoning is this: they haven't really impressed me a whole lot. And I'm not going to buy a toy for the sake of reviewing it unless I either really like it or it's got something that really compels me to buy it. And it may be a pretty junky toy, but it may have something that says, hey, this is good enough reason to buy it. And it could be any number of things. But unfortunately, many of the Age of Extinction Transformers toys, they just, I don't think they're bad. I just don't think they're good enough to spend my hard-earned money on. And that's not to say I didn't buy any. I have several that I did buy, such as the Voyager Evasion Prime, or whatever he's called. Of course, you have to have the Hound. The Voyager Hound is pretty darn cool, even though he's kind of small for what he is. I got the 60s Bumblebee because I like muscle cars, hence the name Sportimus. Part of it has to do with fast cars. So I got that one. It's an okay figure. Not great, but not a bad Bumblebee. And I got, what's his name, Samurai Guy. The name flew out of my head. You know who I'm talking about, the blue sports car. I'll remember it after I record this, and I'll have 40 million YouTube responses giving his name. Drift. There we go. Ay, ay, ay. His name is Drift. So I got the car version of him, and I think that's... Oh, and Galvatron. Galvatron's okay. I just bought it because I love his alt form. I love that semi-truck. But otherwise, you know, that's more than I wanted to buy. Grimlock was a big disappointment. I did buy him, so I bought more than I really wanted to be honest with you. But I bought Grimlock simply because I like the character. But as a Transformer toy, he's, you know, I really expected more from him, and I'm kind of disappointed in that regard. But man, I wish Hasbro and the Paramount Pictures would just start over with the Transformers movie franchise, because these designs, I know they look good on screen, and I know some people don't like them because they're like these robots look like they're like crumpled pieces of metal just splattered on their bodies. But I mean, they do have a kind of a cool aesthetic to them, and I'm easygoing in that regard. But I want the movies to be good first and foremost. I want a good script. I want good action. I want good CGI. I want good acting. But I also want robots that look interesting, but are also able to be nicely translated into toy forms without looking like plastic crap. I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel about it. And that's one of the reasons why I like the Generations line so much. Because they still have nice transformations. They're not super hard, but they're not boringly easy either, for the most part. But at the same time, you have a very satisfying alt mode and robot mode, and it's kind of fun to transform them as well. For the most part, not all of them are winners, but in general, overall, I enjoy the Generations line a whole lot more, and I'm really glad to see that they're continuing with them. Now, I wish we had the same kind of thing going on with the movie line, which is why I want a reboot. I think Transformers 4 did pretty well in theaters. They did well enough at least to uh, get the green light for at least a Transformers 5. But I really hope that Hasbro and Paramount work more closely together to create designs that not only look good on the screen, but also translate well into action figures. So um, that's my beef with that. And now that the DVD and Blu-ray is coming out September 30th, I am going to buy it, I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to enjoy it for what it is. I don't think it's the greatest movie in the whole wide world, but it was good enough. I liked it. It was cool. You got Dinobots in it. And that's another thing where the toys, what were they thinking? Some of them are pretty good. I like Scorn, but and a couple other ones as well. But we only got what, two Decepticons? We got Galvatron and Lockdown. That's it. So yeah, I'm whining. I'm complaining. I'm PO'd. This is ridiculous. Villains can be very cool characters, and they can sell very well. Darth Vader always sells in Star Wars. Hasbro can't make enough Darth Vaders, or Anakins, or Stormtroopers. Why can't it be the same thing for Transformers? So, yeah, my voice is kind of off today because my job is talking to a lot of people all day long. So, blah. Anyway, I'm just happy to be on here, and that's my thing about Transformers 4. That I've said my piece. There it is, and that's why you haven't really seen any reviews. I wanted to review them. I got several of them. I think I bought more than I really should have, but man, oh, I will review them down the road. I know I'm not going to get very many views on them because at this point everyone's already watched every single video review of every single Transformers movie toy ever made so far. So whatever, I'm just going to do it to say my piece, and they'll be out eventually, hopefully in October. I've got so much to do. I've got Ninja Turtle figures to review. I've got the remaining Turtle movie figures to review, which, you know what? That was a good movie. As much criticism as it got before it came out, I think it was unfair because the movie itself, when it came out, I think, and I know some of you may disagree, and that's cool, man. I am totally fine with that, and I completely understand. But for me, I think it was a good movie. I think Michael Bay actually pulled it off, and everyone else involved in it as well. So, thumbs up to the Ninja Turtles movie. Thumbs up. And the toys themselves, I'm actually pretty happy with. Playmates always seems to fall short on paint apps, and they're famous for skipping out on articulation and things like that. But in this case, the movie toys were pretty decent. I mean, they were still at the same price point as the Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles, yet you got more paint apps. And you can make an argument about that, I know, but in general, you got more paint applications on most of the figures, and you also got pretty decent articulation out of them. So I really can't complain. I'm happy with them. I like them. And I'm going to finish the review of Leo, Donatello, and Mikey, and Raphael, and of course, Shredder as well. I'm going to finish the remaining five, and I'm going to move on to Nickelodeon Turtles action figures, various figures that have come out in the recent past, and I intend to review Transformers figures, one of them being Masterpiece Wheeljack. Now, I pre ordered him a long, long time ago, and I had my pile of loot shipped from BBTS. As soon as it dropped in my pile of loot, I had Masterpiece Wheeljack shipped out. Unfortunately, I'm still waiting for him. So I don't know what's taking so long. Other reviewers have gotten theirs. Sportimus is always last, unfortunately, and it's out of my control. I can't make the mailman deliver it any faster, even though I wish I had that ability. So, yeah, Masterpiece Wheeljack, he's on my priority list for review. I love this guy. I love the Transformers Masterpiece line a whole lot. I'm not getting Star Saber, not because he's a bad character or a bad toy. It's just I'm not familiar with him. I just have no real attachment to him. I don't know. Maybe if I see more pictures of him, I might change my mind. But right now, my soda is bubbling. But right now, I don't know. I'll think about it. He won't be out for a while anyway. So I got Bumblebee, of course, on pre-order. So he's on the list as well. So you will see Transformers reviews in the near future, and you will see other Transformers reviewed, namely the Generations line Transformers. Let's see what else we got. I mean, there's so much I had to play catch up on. It's ridiculous. And I needed a job though. I need work. I need money. I got a mortgage to pay. I got a car that I need to replace, and of course, I gotta satisfy my toy addiction. So, um, it's a good thing though. But I just hope I can adapt to 5 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and then do toy video reviews after that, and then pass out on the bed, and then do it all again the next morning. I'm really digging the Ninja Turtle stuff. I mean, I've been a Ninja Turtle fan a long time, and the more I see the new stuff, the more excited I am about it. It's a really cool line, and it deserves all the success that it's getting. It's doing really well, and I'm happy to see that. Another thing is, as you may know or may not know, I'm a Masters of the Universe fan. I haven't reviewed a single Masters of the Universe figure. It's ridiculous. Shame on me. But um, I'm not renewing my subscription for 2015. It's the last year, 2015, for Masters of the Universe Classics. And the reason why I'm not renewing, well, I have several reasons. And one of them is not only have I gotten everything I've ever wanted from the line, but all the stuff I wish I've, icing on the cake, for example, like Filmation Randor and other characters that I never thought I'd ever see in action figure form, and they turned out to be made. So I got the cake and all the icing on it. I don't need the more obscure characters. I'm not interested in them. So that's one of the reasons, and there are a couple that I will be getting from other sources like Big Bad Toy Store. But as far as subscription goes, I'm done. After 2014, finished. And the other part of it is cost. It's a very, very expensive subscription to be a part of. So I'm trying to consolidate my expenses to focus on the things that I really want to get. So I'm very happy with Masters of the Universe. Uh, I would say it's as complete as I want it to be, and then some. So do I want an action figure of background character number 32? No, I don't. Do I want the C, D, E, and F characters? No, I don't care. I don't care. I got the main cast. I got the A-list characters, the B-list characters, and some of the extras that I've always wanted. I'm happy. And another thing is service. Matty Collector Digital River has some of the worst service I have ever experienced in my entire life. And I just don't want to go through with it anymore. I just don't want to deal with it. The experience has been so negative and so sour that it's turned off a lot of people in the past, and I felt like I've stuck through it for, well, since 2008. So that's what, 6 years now? And I think that's enough. So I've had my abuse and I'm getting a divorce, so to speak. So it's an end of an era, and I am kind of sad because I love the line, and all good things, as they say, must come to an end. And unfortunately, well, not really unfortunately, it's just bittersweet, I guess, that uh, the line has come full circle pretty much. And I love the toys that I got from it. I'm a huge He-Man fan, and I'm very satisfied with it. So no complaints there. I am looking forward to Mattel hopefully coming out with the real Ghostbusters action figures. I'd love to see the main cast, and I probably will buy those. As a matter of fact, I think I will if they do in fact plan to produce them. I hate to do a subscription, but if that's the case, so be it. But it'll be a short one. I'll have to endure, I guess. Moving on to other things. Star Wars Black Series, I am loving the 6-inch figures. I don't know if you like them as well, but oh man, I know they're $20 a pop, and it's really hard to convince myself to spend $21 with tax for a 6-inch action figure. It's like I I'm really cherry picking the Black Series line. So needless to say, I mean they're excellent, but I think diehard Star Wars fans will really enjoy them if they have the cash for it. But it's a really expensive line to be in, and at the same time, I'm kind of disappointed, and I'm kind of burnt out of the 3 3/4 inch versions. I'm tired of them. I don't think they're bad. As long as you stick with the 3 3/4 inch Black Series Star Wars figures, you'll get some good articulation and good detailing out of them. The other ones, forget it. But I Star Wars figures, it's like it's the worst kind of plastic crack because there's so many different variations, and it just goes on and on and on forever. There's no way you can possibly complete the line. Even Hasbro can't complete the entire universe without starting off to something else in the Star Wars universe. So I mean, it's a never-ending line, and if you don't control yourself, you're gonna have a house full of action figures. I mean, you'll be buried in them. So I stay away from it as much as I can, and I just pick a main cast like Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Han Solo, Chewbacca, R2D2, C3PO. You see what I'm getting at? You just go on, and then of course you got to have Boba and maybe a few others. But I just stick with that, and no more than 15. Even that sounds like a huge number for whatever reason. But I do like Star Wars, and I'm glad that it's doing well. So let me have a sip of water here. Oh God, I hope my voice hangs on. Whew. So anyhow, Guardians of the Galaxy. Now there's some action figures you can't find. Well, not the good ones anyway, like the Marvel Legends ones. I all I can find is that stupid Iron Man that has no business being part of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's about it. That's all I've ever seen. But because of that, I decided not to even bother with finding them. I don't care. I'm not gonna waste my gas looking for them when I can't find them, and I'm not gonna pay bloated eBay prices for them either. So, good movie, great movie. I loved it, fantastic. Guardians of the Galaxy. If you haven't seen it, what's going on with you? But anyway, uh, so I think we're caught up right now. We got Ninja Turtles done. We got Transformers: Age of Extinction done. We've touched on Guardians of the Galaxy. Have I missed anything? I don't think so. Let's see. So yeah, as far as reviews go, yeah, I'm back in the game, folks. Sorry I've been so long. I had no choice. I had to do a lot of hours working. So either you had zombie Sportimus doing zombie reviews or nothing at all, and it turned out to be nothing at all. Um, like I said, Masterpiece Wheeljack, fantastic. I got so much stuff in the past recently. Um, got some cool Lego sets. I love Lego, but that's Lego's like Star Wars. It's like it'll take over your whole house in no time if you're not careful. Especially the Star Wars stuff. That's oh man, they got some great sets there, but they're huge. They're glorious, but they're huge. Um, got the Godzilla Blu-ray. I didn't see it in the theaters, but I saw it on Blu-ray. If you haven't seen that, what is the matter with you? I mean, I'm just gonna say it. Damn. That's my kind of a Godzilla movie right there. That movie rocked. I loved every minute of it. And being, I'm from San Francisco. I grew up in that city. I went to college there and everything else. And it was just a hoot seeing everything get all smashed up to bits over there. So I enjoyed it. I love seeing my hometown getting trashed by a giant Godzilla versus two prehistoric radioactive sucking monsters. So um, what an awesome fun movie. I didn't see Captain America in theaters. Finally saw it on Blu-ray. I highly recommend the Blu-ray. Excellent, excellent movie. Loved it more than the first one. I agree with a lot of people who say it's better than the first one, and they are spot on. And I love the first one, but this one just blows it away. I mean, it does. It's just wow. I mean, I can't find the words for it. I loved it. I enjoyed it, and I'm not a huge Captain America fan, so for me to say that, I hope you understand that it's saying a lot. Whew. Oh man, I'm just walking around here wondering what else to talk about because so much has passed and um, wow. So yeah, what else is there to talk about? Well, I got some new computer programs. So I got Adobe After Effects and I've got an Adobe like a movie editor type of program. Can't remember what it's called. I don't know why I can't remember anything tonight, but I guess I'm just tired. But so I'm going to be experimenting with those, and hopefully you'll see some improvement in my channel. And I'll be doing some reviews on Hallmark keepsake figures. I don't know if you like those or not, but I got some really, really cool ones I think you'll like, and I think you'll want to buy at least one of these for sure. If you are a Transformers fan, I think you might like what I have to show you this coming week. And um, I mean, Hallmark is an interesting company because their keepsake ornaments are excellent quality, but you pay ridiculous amounts of money for what you're getting. It's like you can buy a nice action figure. For example, a 3 3/4 inch action figure runs about $10, for example. But an ornament the same size, roughly, of say Superman will run you about $15, and he doesn't move at all. He just hangs on your tree. So you don't get any articulation, but you pay a lot more money. But at the same time, you're getting a quality piece every time you buy one. So it's a bit of a trade-off there, but um, I'm addicted to them. I think they do a great job, and I'm pretty much getting almost every DC and Marvel and uh, Transformer or Star Trek character I can find that they come out with. So you'll see a video of that. I'm really trying here, folks. So I think that's about it so far. I did get an email from someone, and I will answer that question on my next Sportimus radio show. I will make sure to try to get to that. And so if you do have any questions or anything like that, you want to email me, whatever, my email address is sportimusprime@yahoo.com. So feel free to email me any questions or comments or suggestions. Please comment on this video as well, or radio show, whatever you want to call it. I am old! No, I'm not really. But anyway, so there you have it. I think that's it for now. I was going to say what I bought, but it's just so much the last 2.5 months that you'll see in the video reviews. What I would like to say is, why is there no love for Scoop? I mean, really, why is there no love for Scoop? Deluxe Scoop is sitting there on pegs collecting dust. And yeah, he's bright orange and he turns into a boring, what is he, a front loader? Construction vehicle? But he just looks so cool. How can you not like that guy? Why the hate? But anyway, poor fella. Another thing I'd like to mention, and just now remembered, is Nemean. Or actually, to be more specific, TFC Toys Project Ares. I have a couple of the figures, and I'm not sure if I want to review them or not because there just doesn't seem to be a whole lot of love for these third-party toys. There are other companies that are doing their versions of the Predacons, but for some reason, Project Ares doesn't get the same kind of love. So I don't know if I'm going to sell him on eBay, or I have Nemean and Flogius, those two figures I have. Not sure what to do with those two, so let me know if you want to see reviews of those, or just forget about them and just sell them on eBay and probably take a loss of them. The biggest binge that I've been on lately are G1 toys. I don't know why. I just have such a strong nostalgia for Generation 1 toys, and I've just been buying a bunch of them in the last several months now. I've got G1 Mirage and G1 Hound, and I've got Rodimus Prime, and I got some Decepticons. I doubled my Generation 1 collection in just the last 4 months alone. And I am really enjoying them. They just bring back so many good memories, and I love them. And to be honest with you, we'll never see anything like them again. And I agree, their articulation is deplorable and downright horrible in some cases, but these things are built to last. I mean, they've survived 30 years of time, and if they're reasonably well taken care of, they still look almost like new. And I don't think you can say the same thing for some of the current Transformers toys, and certainly not the movie ones. I mean, uh, I'm sure there are a good number of them that will last 30 years relatively well, but I don't think they will. I don't know. I just the quality compared to what we have today and what we've had in the past. I mean, you put them together and you can see the difference. There are exceptions like the masterpiece figures and some other things out there are really well built, but articulation is the huge factor in terms of advancement because we have computer aided programs that can make these things and um, better tooling and everything else. But in terms of durability, I mean, I don't know. I guess time will tell. So on that note, I hope you enjoyed this radio show and thank you for listening and stay tuned for a whole lot more because there is a whole lot more coming out there for you. Thank you for sticking with me. I totally appreciate it. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. And I'll see you guys next time.